How to fight early and stubborn cellulite. Within the deepest layer of our skin is the adipose tissue. It's made up of what we call fat cells. Their job is to store lipids from the food we eat and create an energy reserve to keep our body working properly. This process is called lipogenesis. When we use this energy, fat cells release the stored lipids, decreasing the amount of lipids present. This is called lipolysis. When lipid intake is equal to energy use, the amount of fat cells remains stable. But if the amount of lipids stored is greater than the amount used, this ratio becomes unbalanced. Fat cells will then store the lipids to the point of saturation. This is called hypertrophy. They will then compress everything around them, like collagen, which is responsible for our skin's firmness. The skin's surface becomes deformed, looking bumpy, and cellulite dimples appear. Something else happens in addition to this. When storage capacity is saturated, fat cells send a signal to what we call the progenitor cells. These cells become new fat cells, and adipose tissue extends, causing more dimples to appear. This is called hyperplasia. Hypertrophy and hyperplasia limit the amount of oxygen that reaches the inside of adipose tissue. This is called hypoxia. When this happens, it creates favourable conditions for generating more progenitor cells, which then multiply. Thus, a vicious cycle forms. The progenitor cells multiply and become fat cells. These increase until saturation occurs and cellulite appears if not enough energy is used. Next, they send a signal to the progenitor cells, which become new fat cells. Then the adipose tissue extends and new cellulite dimples appear, and because there isn't enough oxygen, the progenitor cells multiply again. Clarins BodyLift Cellulite Control is designed to break this vicious cycle. A true breakthrough, it acts upstream on early cellulite by helping to keep progenitor cells from multiplying and becoming new fat cells. Thus, this keeps the adipose tissue from extending. It also acts downstream on stubborn cellulite by activating fat release and limiting fat storage in existing fat cells. Clarins BodyLift Cellulite Control is the most complete answer to cellulite. It reduces existing cellulite dimples and prevents new ones from forming.